cinema-quality flat-screen TVs become a part of more and more homes, traditional movie theaters are having to up their game to ensure that they're offering something you couldn't get on your couch. Ster Kinekor is on a spending spree to revamp their theaters throughout South Africa. We went to take a look at what's going to change.
No matter how old you get or how jaded and spoiled you've become, there's something very special about the moment the lights go down in the movie theater. But movies have become expensive, and flat-screen TVs and surround sound are increasingly replacing this movie experience. So in an attempt to keep the special feeling worth the price of admission, Ster Kinekor have done a complete digital revamp of its theaters.
Traditionally, what used to happen is we used to get prints coming through on what we call reels, 35mm reels. If you remember, when you're watching movies, you look at the projection booth, you get those massive reels coming through. And they used to come in limited quantities. So what we had to do was play them in the, let's call it the top 10 cinemas, and then move them along. So at your local cinema, you might see it day and date, or you might see it a few weeks later than advertised, or certainly after the United States. What we have now is the opportunity to watch it in line with a date that we deem appropriate for this market. And so we'll see a lot more products coming through at the same time we're seeing them in the United States.
The plan is to convert all of their cinemas to the latest in this digital technology. That's a massive 438 cinemas across the country.
Well, as at the end of August, we had completed 25 complexes. And we expect the entire project to be done by early December. Now, the project is quite extensive. It not only involves the changeover of the projector, but it also involves the changeover of all the sound formats, because the sound was analog, and we're now converting that to digital as well. Now, perhaps the best way to explain it is, at one stage we had a cassette tape in our car, and now we've got full surround sound in pure crystal digital format. So from a customer experience point of view, what you'd experience is a lot more clarity. What you'd experience is a lot more surround impact. In fact, we've taken it a step further, and in Gateway Durban, we've installed the Atmos screen, and this takes sound to an extremely different platform. At any one time, the Dolby Atmos system is recorded to pick up 128 objects and place them with precision in the room, so you get a real-life experience. When it comes to blockbusters, we're talking here of films like Iron Man, we're talking here of films like The Hobbit. We do release the majority of them day and date with the United States. Sometimes it's in our best interest for South Africans to release it a little earlier or a little later. For example, our holiday periods not sync up with American holidays, and that's a good reason for us to delay or bring a print a little earlier. What the digital technology allows us to do is to bring the more medium and smaller content available to South African audiences a lot quicker and a lot broader.
This technology promises to deliver crisper and sharper images, as well as supreme surround sound. The tech is exciting, but it doesn't come cheap.
We are not going to increase price. We're not going to pass on the cost of this to the consumer. Consumers will just enjoy a more immersive experience, in keeping with our promise of bringing you the greatest moments at the greatest.
Watching movies at a theater has always offered a magical experience, whether it was back in the day of the early film projectors at the bioscope, or literally jumping out of your seat while enjoying the 3D experience. So it'll be interesting to see where this new technology takes us.